Hey man, what's got you off in your phone there?
Oh, just going through all the funny Mothman memes and supernatural shit posts I've been wanting to share. I just don't know where to put the posts yet.
Don't you know about the Supernatural Selection Discord?
We have a Discord?
Yeah, for years, dude. Where have you been?
Can people chat with the hosts and get previews of upcoming episodes and generally post funny shit as much as they want with other listeners?
I mean, if that's your bag. I mean, personally, I wouldn't do that, but there are even live streaming events for the shows there, too. You've been in a few. How do you not know this stuff?
It must have been my doppelganger. How do I get into the Discord?
It's easy. Just visit discord.supernaturalselectionpod.com. Now say that 3 times fast.
Well, that's perfect. Now I can share 3 terabytes of Hollow Earth memes. Get it? Terabytes.
Never mind. Forget I said anything. Just don't do that. You should definitely not visit discord.supernaturalselectionpod.com to join the Discord. We don't want you there.
Too late. I'm already posting my alien abduction fan fiction with the general chat.
Join the hosts and listeners of Supernatural Selection on the official Discord. Just visit discord.supernaturalselectionpod.com.
God, no, the name at the front of this book is Bob Olympian. Like, motherfucker, I sure hope you were athletic. It sounds like a Ren and Stimpy character, though, doesn't it?
Bob Olympian.
Hello, I am Bob Olympian. American. Yeah. So anyway, hello and welcome to Supernatural Selection. I'm your host, Kevin. With me this week, as always, are Mike the Skeptic. Mike, how you doing?
I am currently being rubbed on by a cat.
You know what? That's good, though. That's a good thing.
Except she'll occasionally stop rubbing on me and start, like, clawing me, which is not good.
She loves you, Mike.
Because I like having the blood inside my body, not
Too bad.
outside my body.
Too bad.
You don't need that much blood.
And the pain also can't be ignored.
You like it.
No, I don't.
Okay, that's true.
I mean, pain can be overcome.
Sure.
I think you're just blaming the cat for no reason.
No, I usually like, shy away from pain. I usually say things like, ouch, and that hurts, and please don't kill me.
Ouchie. Stuff like that.
Pain doesn't make you stronger.
No, it makes you weaker.
Yeah.
Actually, is what it does. And we've got Mr. David Davis. David, how are you today?
I'm doing okay. A little tired. It's been
Yeah.
It's been interesting out here. Hey, my cat decided to jump on my computer tower, and she is being a little freak up here.
Hey, there you
Good
go.
for her.
Awesome. Yeah. Hi, Zelda. So, obviously, the Betty and Barney Hill episode is not forthcoming yet. This is a tough one to write because I have so much reverence for the subject. I don't want to go at it heavy-handed like I did with Communion, so it's going to be a little bit. But the world provides. We had something come out in the news this week. Well, you know what? Before we get started with that, once again, the zine is going.
Yes.
We're still accepting submissions, so head to supernatpod.rocks/zines and get us your submissions before, when was it, June?
Yeah, June, 20, 30, or yeah.
So
30
late
something.
So late June is a ballpark. So try to get your poems, stories, drawings, and what have you in. We'll even accept song lyrics.
Yeah, it can't just all be me.
Yeah,
Because I've done a few things so far.
yeah. I gotta get my thing written as soon as I finish Goblin Bistro. So, and I think that's all we got for. We still have the new QP Alien shirts.
Oh, yes.
And I highly recommend you go check those out. They are a adorable. You can find them at the link to the merch on supernatpod.rocks. I also had another idea for a shirt, David, which is the Kool-Aid Man dressed as Jim Jones saying it was Flavor Aid.
And you could draw that one because I'm busy.
I will. If my hand will not cramp. So
Yeah, no, we're getting to the point now where like just drawing is not a thing we can do as much.
Yeah. You know what? It sucks.
It does. It really does.
It fucking blows goat. So anyway, we had something happen this week that made me angry here in the world.
Yeah.
And that was when it was revealed that various members of the military have been briefing our men in uniform on the fact that this war that we are currently involved in is to prep Armageddon.
Now,
And
I
the
do
sec-
want to point out to
Yeah.
maybe take this with a grain of salt. Jesus
So-
Christ, Zelda, really? Anyway, no, Zelda, stop. Get down from it. Son of a... Anyway, yeah, take it with a grain of salt because, like, the reports aren't entirely confirmed that this is a thing.
Yeah, so far I've only heard of one confirmed case of a military commander
Okay.
saying,
Yeah.
at first it was, a lot of people were saying, like, all multiple military commanders
Right.
are telling,
Yeah.
but no, seemed maybe a little more, but I'd say even one is too many.
Oh, it is.
No, absolutely.
It is.
And if one military commander is saying this, many more are thinking this.
Yes. And see, the problem with that is this is not the first time this has happened at all.
It's not a new thought.
No, it isn't.
Yeah.
And again, part of the thing is I said at one point that the 80s culture is coming back right now because we're all terrified we're going to die. And this is one of those things. You see, a couple years ago, I was in Memphis at a wonderful used bookstore that is like, if you travel too deeply into this bookstore, you will find Narnia. And I don't mean the books. So, I found a copy of a book and grabbed it because it is a vintage copy. I have a copy of a book called The Late Great Planet Earth by Hal Lindsey with C.C. Carlson. And as the cover proclaims, over 2 million copies in print. Not sold, in print. They know how many they printed. And this copy is from February 1973. It was the 27th printing since 1970. It got printed 27 times in 3 years. This book was extremely popular. It is foundational in what we're going to talk about here in a second. There was a movie narrated by Orson Welles because apparently you could just do that.
Well, and Orson Welles would take the money.
I have no idea what you're talking about.
Yeah, just very interesting career for that gentleman.
Oh.
I'll put it that way.
Indeed. So
Full of
this...
frozen penis.
Oh, God. Mrs. Phelps' green peas. They're full of green penis. Oh, that's terrible. Anyway, so this book is... I'm going to read a bit from the Wikipedia article. The Late Great Planet Earth is a treatment of dispensational premillennialism. As such, it compared end-time prophecies in the Bible with then-current events in an attempt to predict future scenarios, resulting in the rapture of believers before the Great Tribulation and Second Coming of Jesus to establish his 1,000-year kingdom on earth. Now, this kind of shit came out. The problem is, the Reagan administration adored this book. Reagan quoted from this book at various religious gatherings where he was campaigning.
And this was before his brain turned to soup, yes?
Yes.
Okay.
And also various members of his whole fucking God, what's it called? Administration believed in this.
Yeah.
People like Meese, just like very, very important people in the United States government in the 1980s believed this book.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I need you to understand that. And we are still living in the aftermath of this fucking book. Like, here's the members of the cabinet that believed in this shit. Attorney General Ed Meese, Secretary of Defense Caspar Weinberger, and Secretary of the Interior James Watt.
Mm-hmm.
And in a speech to the National Association of Evangelicals, Reagan made his apocalyptic reference to the evil empire of the USSR.
Like, we have not had an administration that has been so intertwined with the evangelical movement. Like, yeah, like most conservative presidents have that kind of thing, but like just the...
Oh, Reagan fucking romanced that shit.
Yeah, no, it's crazy like how close that became like a Christo-fascist administration. It's weird, man. Like it's not been that bad.
Yeah, and this whole fucking book, just it has had an undue influence on modern America.
Mm-hmm.
It helped. It came out at just the right time to also have an impact on like the satanic panic and the rise of evangelicals and millennialism and doomsday prepping and all that.
The fucking satanic panics going on around the same time.
Yeah,
since the explosion of mass media, Christianity had been booming because it was leveraging those tools.
Yeah,
this was the era of like the super evangelical pastors who were making millions.
Oh yeah. I mean, this is when we got fucking PTL Club and all that shit. Yeah. Mike, you remember all this, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. And like the movie came out in 1978, so it was like right in the middle of like The Exorcist and The Omen and all that fucking shit.
Yeah.
So, oh God. And then like also during this period was when the big Nostradamus craze was happening. We were just, as a culture, obsessed with dying.
Oh yeah.
Which is why we're there again.
And those gas prices, you know what I'm talking about?
Fuck, dude, when I drove by a gas station today, I know this is not going to sound high to people everywhere else in the country, but like $3.19, fuck you.
You know, it's up to $6 over here right now.
What in the fuck?
Yeah, I've seen some pictures and stuff like that.
What was it like
my
a couple
local
of weeks
station's about $4.60 right now.
Well, dude, like a couple weeks ago it was like $2.89.
Well, look, we're literally, you have to remember, we live on the oil teat. Like, we live right by the refineries and shit. So.
Yeah, we live by the refineries, and it comes through our state to get to yours. So.
It is the cheapest it ever could be in the United States, pretty much, for us.
And we're still paying through the goddamn nose.
I'd say it's paying through the nose yet.
For us.
Even that, it's still not that bad. Like, look, I remember when it was almost $5 a gallon during the big shortage. You know, when I was delivering pizzas, it was like it's like $4.20 something for us.
Yeah, I barely remember that.
Yeah.
Well, you know, at least when back in the 70s, they at least had Billy beer. So
that's true.
I was talking
Maybe
about
we'll get like Baron Trump beer.
What was that?
Oh boy.
Was that 2000?
Baron beer.
4, 5.
The beer baron. I'll get you, beer baron. No, you won't. Yes, I will. No.
Sorry. Yeah. Yeah, that was right around the time my mom passed. So.
Oh boy.
I don't remember a lot about that year.
Yeah,
except going to Disney World.
That's when I was living in the apartment, but driving, across town to work at Rose's.
Oh fuck.
Yeah.
So. Anyway, I realized after that news thing, I've got this book. I've got the book that this shit is from. So we're going to do some reading from it, guys.
Oh, boy.
And I figured I'm not going to read the entire... Well, I don't know. It's not a very long introduction for once. So that's a plus. Let's get into the mind of the author, Mr. Hal Lindsey, shall we? Now, I hope that's who wrote this, but I don't think there's a signature at the end.
Well, there's contributions by Carol C. Carlson.
Yes. C.C.
Yes.
Carlson, it says, which I'm like, I love that song. C.C. Carlson?
No, I like that their Music Factory.
Oh, yes. C.C. Carlson Music Factory, yeah. Everybody die now. Down, 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 down. Anyway, so yeah, the introduction is by Mr. Lindsay. Introduction. And please, interrupt at any point.
Moo.
This is a book about prophecy, Bible prophecy. If you have no interest in the future, this isn't for you. If you have no curiosity about a subject that some consider controversial, you might as well stop now. For the past 13 years, I've been giving messages on Bible prophecy throughout the United States, Canada, and Mexico. The interest in this aspect of Bible study has been amazing, particularly in the past few years. People who are confronted with the state of the world today are eager to learn what the bestseller has to say about the future. I like he doesn't call it the Bible there, he just calls it the bestseller.
I mean, that's pretty clever.
It is. I'm going to give him credit.
Game of Thrones hadn't been invented yet.
Yeah, okay, fair. Let's see. Bestseller, say about the future. As a traveling speaker for Campus Crusade for Christ, or CCC, it's a good thing those aren't K's.
Yeah.
I had the opportunity to give messages on prophecy to thousands of people. These messages have consistently proven to be popular with every age group. This is not a complex theological treatise, but a direct account of the most thrilling, optimistic view of what the future could hold for any individual.
Hey, the apocalypse can be fun, you know that?
Yeah. There's tops and marbles and candy.
Wait till you see the dragon.
Are we talking about heroin or what are we doing? I make no claim of knowing exactly when the world is going to end. In fact, I've never taken to the hills with my possessions and loved ones to await doomsday. I believe in a hope for the future. Sure you do. We have been described as the searching generation. We need so many answers. Answers to the larger problems of the world. Answers to the conditions in our nation. And most of all, answers for ourselves. How do we know in what direction we should go? How can we separate truth from opinion? In whom can we trust? On one side, we hear that the answer to our dilemma is education. Build bigger and better schools. Hire more teachers. Develop a smarter generation.
Fuck them kids.
Has the academic community found the answers? There are many students who are dissatisfied with being told that the sole purpose of education is to develop inquiring minds. They want to find some of the answers to their questions. Solid answers. A certain direction. What do the politicians say? Quote, "We have the solutions to the problems. Elect us and we'll prove it to you."
Can you believe that there was a time where politicians actually promised things and said, no, people are going to die?
Yeah. No, I remember back when they had the decency to lie to you.
Yeah.
I am not downgrading the importance of electing honest, intelligent men to positions of leadership. This is important, terribly important. But are they able to provide the answers to the basic and visceral questions of man? Throughout history, we have seen impressive strides taken by men who were stepping ahead of their time. We have seen reforms advanced from ideas generated by men of vision. Seen no mention of women yet. And yet governments change. Men falter and fall. Great ideas are sometimes rejected by the short-sightedness of other men. Are we able to say that the answer is in the realm of political action? There are other places men search for answers. Philosophy, meditation, changing environment, science. Please don't misunderstand me. All of those are good if used properly. However, if we are to be absolutely honest, if we are to use our intellectual integrity, let's give God a chance to present his views. In this book, anybody else's blood just fucking boiling right now?
What if God was one of us?
Just a slob like one of us. In this book, I am attempting to step aside and let the prophets speak. That's PH. He is not talking about money.
Sure.
Uh-huh.
That's what they all say.
If my readers care to listen, they are given the freedom to accept or reject the conclusions.
I like that he
Lindsay.
emphasizes attempting.
Attempting.
Because by writing the book, he's not stepping aside.
No, he is not.
No.
He has direct authorial control.
Yes. And that's the end of the introduction. So there are 14 chapters.
Yeah, I have a copy of the book open as well, so I would be happy to step in and read with you. So,
awesome. Okay.
I do want to point out Chapter 6's title, which is so fucking stupid, it's funny.
Oh, Sheik to Sheik?
Cheek to Sheik.
Okay, I need to know why... I wish the Iron Sheik were alive to read this.
He'd be bitching about Hulk Hogan,
Just
you know it.
the whole fucking time, you dumb son of a bitch. That's all he'd say over and over again. I do like chapter 5 is Russia is a Gog.
Mm-hmm.
Gog.
Gog and Magog. It's from the Bible.
7, the Yellow Peril.
Oh.
That's sure to have some great opinions about the Eastern continents.
Yeah, I'm sure this is it's gonna be one of those. The only thing I like about them is their food and their women. That's all that's gonna be.
Chapter 9, the Future Fuhrer.
Oh no. Well, we're there already. Chapter 4, Israel. Oh, Israel.
Chapter 12, World War III, followed by Chapter 13, the main event.
Brother, you're gonna step into the squared circle, and Magog is gonna bust your face open.
Polishing the Crystal Ball, Chapter 14.
That is a euphemism. That is a...
Pondering a Sphere.
I'm going to ponder my orb, sir.
Where do we start?
I don't
it's
know.
Like a buffet of dog shit.
It kind of is. Chapter 1 is future tense. Chapter 2, when is a prophet a prophet?
You know, I think that would be a good one to start because, understanding what qualifies as a prophet would clarify a lot for us, I think.
I feel like you're right. Mike, how's that sound? Do you want to find out when a prophet is a prophet?
Sure.
Both prophets are spelled Prophet. So, Oh, I love this. It starts with a quote. Men's curiosity searches past and future. T.S. Eliot. Chapter 2. When is a prophet a prophet?
When your balance sheet is green. There we go. Hey-o.
Hey, when a prophet meets a prophet coming through the rye. What would you think of prophets today who would be willing to stake their lives on the absolute truth of their claims? They could not allow themselves errors in judgment or mistakes in the smallest detail. There were such prophets. They were daring men, sure of the sources of their faith and strong in their belief. There is a book which boldly documents the statements of these men. They are known as the prophets of Israel, and their writings have been miraculously preserved in the Bible.
So one thing I want to declare up front is that this guy is absolutely a Zionist.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Straight up Zionist. He is,
and then dispensationalist.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
No, it is some shit.
So we're going to be reading some stuff that is going to be very pro-Israel.
This is from a book that came out in 1970. So bear that in mind.
Yeah.
Also, he says he doesn't pretend to know when it's going to happen, but his math, he did in fact say 1988 was going to be the end of the world.
Of course.
So everybody remember when that happened?
Yep.
Oh, yeah.
You know,
Yeah,
Mike?
it was about a year after I was born.
Yeah. Mike, what were you doing when the world ended in 88?
well, I died, obviously.
Oh. I think that's when I discovered masturbation.
You said 88?
Yeah.
So many lives ended.
I was 11.
I was 12.
I mean, yeah, that's no. I mean,
I think I was watching something with Farrah Fawcett in it and had a funny feeling. Oh, man.
Millions slain.
Millions slain for Farrah Fawcett. Anyway, passing the test. Are we able to trust these old prophets? No. What were their credentials?
They went to ITT Technical Institute.
Sure, we all do. In a book of the Old Testament, it's like, hey, what's up, Deuteronomy? Moses predicted that there would be many prophets who would come to the Jewish people, culminating in the final and greatest of all prophets, the Messiah.
The kids watch Haderach.
Father, the sleeper has awakened.
My name is a killing word.
Moses! Moses anticipated a problem.
How am I going to get all these people off past the ocean here? The Nile or whatever.
I don't know what I'm doing here. Should I get them across this lake? I don't know what's going on.
Oh my god, I'm fumbling these tablets.
Oh my god, I can't hold all these tablets. Moses anticipated a problem. How would people know whether a prophet who claimed to speak God's message was a true prophet? A question was asked of Moses, which is still being asked today. How may we know the word which the Lord has not spoken?
that's a good question.
Yeah, actually, that's a very good fucking question. How do I know this is bullshit?
Mm-hmm.
And Moses gave the answer. The true test of a prophet. Quote, when a prophet speaks in the name of the Lord, if the word does not come to pass or come true, that is a word which the Lord has not spoken.
So wait and see.
Yep.
It's got a guarantee to it.
Yep.
You're either saved from the Egyptians or your money back.
I predict that in the year 3000, a woman will give birth to a two-headed goat. There, I'm a prophet.
I predict tomorrow I will go to the bathroom.
I predict that tomorrow Mike will be constipated.
Possibly.
Look, what do we do if we get conflicting prophecies?
Depends
That's the question.
Depends on how much
May the best
cheese
prophecy
I eat.
win.
What's that?
Said constipation will depend on how much cheese I eat.
Mike, you just ate like a whole mess of mozzarella cheese fries.
Yeah.
So
Could come to pass. David could
Actually-
be.
Technically it's not coming to pass.
I was about to say.
But I was saying David would be the true prophet, and we must bow down to him. And
Okay, well tomorrow we
Send
find
him
out
all
if
our-
we
send-
find.
We're gonna do a Mike shit check update.
send him tithes and shit.
Yeah, on the next episode, we're going to have to do an update to find out if Mike or David is the prophet of the Lord. Okay, so failure to pass the test of a true prophet was a bit severe. The only grade allowed was one of 100% accuracy. Anything less would doom the prophet to death by stoning, which was the method of capital punishment in those days. Yeah, that's what they
Now,
did.
could it be that like the prophet may have been telling the truth, but the people are just irrational and crazy and stone somebody for wearing two mixed fabrics?
That's also possible. I really thought you were
Okay.
going to say for wearing a tube top, which would have been fucking hilarious. Yay, better. I'm not listening to you. You're wearing a fucking tube top. A Greek proverb says that the best guesser is the best prophet. Yeah.
Scientific.
Yeah. If the prophets of Israel had been simply guessers, they would have had to take the cruel consequences, a slow and torturous death inflicted by flying stones.
Well, I mean, that depends on somebody's aim, because somebody could conceivably like hit the dude in the temple with a rocket like the first throw.
And also, it says flying stones, not thrown. I want to know where these rocks fly from.
Right.
O'Hare?
You know, I don't know. I just want to know. I just want to see a stone with wings.
Yeah. You know, it makes me want to get the After Dark screensaver and get the flying toasters.
Flying stonesters.
Yeah. The prophets of Israel also pointed out to their people causes of current problems. This is never very popular. True prophets would not be likely to win the Most Beloved Citizen Award in their hometown. Not Horsetown.
No wonder this book was popular. This guy's really funny.
He is. That's actually
that's
pretty
real funny. Like I'm in awe of this. This is really setting my mind at ease about the inevitable like destruction of life on Earth.
Yeah,
just because you don't follow the right Jew.
Well, my thing is this dude is not singing gloom and doom right up front.
Yeah.
I understand why this sold so well and why they got Orson Welles. Mind you, I'm picturing they not only made short-range predictions, which I can't do it. Anyway, They not only made short-range predictions, which would be fulfilled during their lifetimes, but also projected long-range predictions about events far in the future.
Oh.
Welcome to the world of tomorrow! Often, they didn't understand the significance of their... actually, let me just interrupt. I actually made a Rush playlist today on Tidal and called it Fry's All Rush Mixtape.
Love it.
So, yeah. Short-range predictions. Often, they didn't understand the significance of their own prophecies. However, many of these prophecies are predictions of exact historical happenings, which will lead to the end of history as we know it.
Do you think they predicted REM's It's the End of the World as we know it?
That would be ironic. Do you think they predicted Ironic by Alanis Morissette and went, that's not what that song's about? The astonishing thing to those of us who have studied the prophetic scriptures is that we are watching the fulfillment of these prophecies in our time. Some of the future events that were predicted hundreds of years ago read like today's newspaper. I bet they don't. Let's examine some selected Bible prophecies and apply the test of truth to them.
Now, do you gentlemen recall us doing a couple episodes on a certain, prophetic thinker named Nostradamus?
I do.
How did those prophecies work?
Basically, people going, I think this is what it meant.
Yeah, it's very vague, kind of like trickery, poetic language that people are just interpreting. So just remember, if you think Nostradamus was kind of bullshit,
you're about to,
a guide to the future, and just keep that in mind. Keep an open mind about these.
Yeah. So, all right, here are accurate short-range prophecies, which I like the fact that he calls them range. Short range, long range, like they're guns.
Yeah, like they're missiles.
Yeah. Fucking short.
To liberate the Holy Land.
Yeah.
Intermediate range ballistic prophecies.
Yeah, I was going to say, let's not forget our land-to-air prophecies.
Mm-hmm.
And the ones dropped by the U-2.
Anti-personnel prophecies.
I predict you're gonna die.
I predict I'm gonna see your fucking insides. Anyway, accurate short-range prophecy. Jeremiah, a prophet of... What's that?
Ribbit.
God damn it, David. You had to go there, didn't you?
Absolutely.
But you were a good friend of mine. Anyway, Jeremiah, a prophet of Israel, was not vague in his prophecies. He told his people that Judah, the southern kingdom of Israel, would be invaded and destroyed by Nebuchadnezzar, the king of Babylon. It was not a very cheerful prophecy, and Jeremiah probably didn't receive a standing ovation. Again, this guy's pretty good.
Like honestly, it's kind of like very, very kind of dad humor.
It is, and it works.
Yeah,
because it's very dad religious kind of, it's youth pastor humor.
Yeah.
Like, this dude's telling you this, and he's sitting in a chair wrong.
Yeah, like he was doing campus outreach.
Yeah, this is Rapping with a Captain, but about prophecy.
Yeah.
He said that King Nebuchadnezzar would destroy the land, that it would be desolate. Jeremiah was not the type to soft pedal. He prophesied that the capital city, Jerusalem, would be destroyed and that its people would lose their capacity to laugh. After which I'm sitting here, they became Germans? What the? Anyway. After he presented this miserable picture, Jeremiah foretold that any Jewish survivors would be carried off to Babylon as slaves. To compound the complexity of these predictions, he said that the Israelites would be Babylonian slaves for precisely 70 years.
Okay.
If you take the Bible as exact historical record, then yeah, wow.
Mm-hmm.
At this point,
No, it's not like a group of men edited it together to fit various agendas over different biblical councils and went through and took out some books, added some books, revised some books. No, that didn't happen.
Hey, David, what's the Council of Nicaea?
I don't know. Sounded pretty nice. See ya.
Oh, that's terrible. At this point, Jeremiah would probably have won a contest for the man least likely to succeed in Israel.
I like the bit where he had like two pictures of himself in the Israel yearbook, and it was like Jeremiah, and then he had sunglasses, and it was the cooler Jeremiah. That was fun.
I like when he was a bullfrog.
Well, we're back to that joke now. Let's see. In fact, he made Pashur, one of the religious leaders of the time, so furious that Pashur beat him and put him in stocks. Wow. Archaeology and ancient history confirm the fulfillment of Jeremiah's prophecy. Jerusalem was destroyed. Judah was laid waste, and her people were taken captive in Babylon for 70 years. Why did the Jewish people preserve the messages of Jeremiah? These messages, which foretold of their defeat and captivity, were an indictment against them. It was because Jeremiah passed the test of a prophet, which was established by Moses. As despised as Jeremiah was by his contemporaries, he did not dare destroy what they believed were God's words. Jeremiah was such a bearer of sad tidings that even today we speak of complaints as Jeremiads. Have you ever referred to a complaint as a Jeremiad, either of you?
I mean, I haven't, but I'm not like a crazy evangelical who believes the world's going to end.
Mike?
I have never heard that before in my life.
I have not either. All right, next section is called An Arrow in the Armor, or as I like to call it, an onion in the ointment. So, one of the lesser-known men of God who achieved a straight A in prophetic marksmanship, again, was Micaiah. However, this was not a time when such perfection was awarded with a gold pin and guard, or a seal on Micaiah's diploma. On the contrary, he was thrown into prison and fed bread and water. What did he do to deserve such treatment? Micaiah lived at a time when the good king, Jehoshaphat, jumping Jehoshaphat, was reigning in the southern kingdom of Judah. In the northern kingdom of Israel ruled Ahab, a wicked king. You know, he chased that whale.
He's just trying to get Jonah back.
Yeah, pretty much. For some reason, Jehoshaphat visited Ahab, who immediately tried to persuade him to join forces against the troublesome Syrian enemy from an area called Ramoth Gilead. Hey, I nailed that. Ramoth Gilead. All right. Ahab gathered his own special prophets together. We might call them members of his inner security council, and asked them whether he should go to battle against Ramoth Gilead or not. The 400 prophets, that is a lot of motherfuckers. Like, I have trouble believing there were 10.
Like, well, what is the standard to be a prophet in this scenario?
I guess just be accurate a few times. Hey, the sun's going to come up tomorrow. I'm a prophet. Woo!
There you go.
Anyway, the prophets were so soothing to Ahab that they should be called the soothsayers to his kingdom. That's terrible. They all agreed, without dissenting opinions, that Ahab should go into battle and that God would bring him through triumphantly. But Jehoshaphat was not satisfied with the advice of these prophets, in spite of their unanimous agreement. He said, quote, "Is there not here another prophet of the Lord, of whom we may inquire?" We can imagine how petulant Ahab must have been when he replied, "There is yet one man by whom we may inquire of the Lord, Micaiah the son of Imlah, but I hate him, for he never prophesies good concerning me, but evil."
But I hate him.
But I hate him. It's here. I'm not making that up. But I hate him. God damn. Jehoshaphat insisted that Micaiah be consulted, so an officer was sent to bring him in.
Round him up, boys.
Get a rope. When the officer found him, he tried to persuade the prophet to be a good fellow and go along with Ahab's inner security council and tell the king what he wanted to hear. But Micaiah replied, "As the Lord lives, what the Lord says to me, that I will speak."
I feel like he would have like a nerdier, dweebier voice. He's the pedant in this situation.
As the Lord speaks, what the Lord says to me, that I will speak.
Yeah, that hits. That's
okay, all right. Mike, which voice do you prefer?
Neither.
Oh, wow. Thanks. He realized as he said this that he was putting his life on the line. When Micaiah was brought before the two kings, 1, 2, kings kneel before you. That's what I said. Anyway, sorry. Ahab asked him if they should attack Ramoth Gilead. Micah answered, in what must have been a tongue-in-cheek manner, "Sure, go on and win. The Lord will give it unto your hands." God, I feel so bad for... I sound like Droopy.
Yes.
The prophet Droopy. I don't like you. Ahab knew he was being ridiculed and commanded the prophet to say what was really on his mind.
What'd you say, bitch?
In answering, Micaiah showed the boldness that characterized a true prophet. First, he labeled all of the 400 court prophets as liars. You're liars. Then, he predicted that Ahab would be killed in the battle and that the Israeli army would be routed. The chief of the false prophets, Ahab's, quote, chairman of the Security Council, walked up and slugged Micaiah. He punched him in the face, y'all. Probably with the same premonition of fear that made Pashur, the Israeli religious leader, take a whack at Jeremiah. So Micaiah went to jail, and Ahab went to battle. But first, Micaiah challenged all the people to witness his grade on the test of a prophet. He said, if you, meaning Ahab, if you return in peace, the Lord is not spoken by me. Ahab, I wish you had not gotten me to do that voice now. Ahab wasn't going to take any chances with their pessimistic prophet, Micaiah. so he disguised himself during the big battle. But one of the enemy archers shot an arrow labeled, quote, "To whom it may concern." That's some balls. To put a note on a letter that says "to whom it may concern" and then just shoot somebody with it. And in the most amazing and coincidental manner, it struck Ahab in one small exposed place in his armor and killed him.
Like the dragon Smaug.
God damn it. Micaiah passed the test of a true prophet. Ahab and all of his yes men flunked.
Shame about the kingdom falling apart, but hey, at least one little dweeb was correct.
Yeah. So I'm going to read one more passage here, and then we'll take a break. And when we come back, David, would you like to read something?
Yeah.
Sure. Okay. So, what do you say, Isaiah, is the next topic.
Yeah, you fucking nerd.
Yeah, you fucking dweeb. Fucking dog vagina. Anyway. Sorry, I saw a clip from Ted, the TV series, and it was Seth MacFarlane as Bill Clinton, and he called Ted's dad a dog vagina. I fucking died, man. Anyway, one of the most astounding prophets of all time was Isaiah, the son of Amoz. His brilliant, eloquent, even poetical predictions were made over a 60-year span during the reign of 4 successive Judean kings. Isaiah proved himself a prophet by Moses' test many times. One striking incident was during the reign of King Hezekiah. In about 710 BC, a mighty Assyrian army, numbering in the thousands and commanded by the vicious king Sennacherib, besieged Jerusalem.
You're handling these names pretty well, my friend.
I read the Bible, so I don't know. It's weird. I've been able to tackle them.
Yeah.
Thank you, though.
Yeah.
If you stumble over some, and this is hilarious, the very next thing in parentheses, if you stumble over some of these unpronounceable ancient names, glance at your daily newspaper and notice the tongue twisters assigned to people today. That's racist.
That's pointed at black people.
That is straight up racism right there.
Wow.
Yeah, him saying, what sort of a name is Tyrone?
Well, that being said, that skit from Key and Peele about them, the guy mispronouncing the names, is fantastic. Aaron.
Aaron. Oh, yes, that one. God.
Michael.
You know, I just found out that the reason Jordan Peele quit acting and became a director was because they offered him the role of the shit emoji in the Emoji Movie. And he said, "You want me to play a piece of shit? I quit. I fucking quit." Anyway, Sennacherib was a crafty fellow. He sent his eloquent mouthpiece, a fellow named Rabshakeh, to the people of Jerusalem with a powerful propaganda speech.
I remember this part in the Return of the King. The mouth of Sauron comes out of the gate.
Yeah, you know that was a helicopter pilot from The Road Warrior?
Really?
Yeah, same actor.
Huh. That's neat.
Yeah, that's way more interesting than this. Anyway, Rabshakeh, an ancient, quote, minister of misinformation.
I'm starting to get a political bent from all of these labels this guy is applying.
You picking up on some Republican shit here?
Yeah. Like, hey, bureaucracy is bad. What if we just nuke the Middle East?
Yeah. Except for Israel.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, this minister of misinformation, this guy, told the people of all the defeats suffered by neighboring countries. This was brainwashing in the craftiest sense. The techniques used were intended to induce the besieged citizens of Jerusalem to surrender without a fight. When King Hezekiah heard how his people were being intimidated, he sent a delegation to Isaiah to plead with him to pray to Jehovah, the God of Israel. You know, nobody's ever heard of him. Isaiah then made some short-range predictions. He said that a rumor would reach King Sennacherib of internal trouble in his kingdom and that he would return without attacking Jerusalem. Furthermore, he said that Sennacherib would be assassinated in his own land.
Oh, shit.
It happened just as Isaiah predicted. Jerusalem was spared a certain defeat, and King Sennacherib was killed by his own sons.
Now, I do want to note the typo here.
Yeah.
Jehovah starts with an I.
Yes, that is true.
Okay, that's true. Well, at least we're not falling through the fucking floor. One other small one. Isaiah predicts 100 years in the future. 100 years.
Wow.
Isaiah also predicted that Babylon would completely destroy Judah and carry away all the treasures of Israel. He foretold that the surviving sons of the royal family would be eunuchs in the palace of Babylon. This occurred just a little over 100 years later. It's pretty good odds if you believe any of it.
Yeah.
So, Mike,
Yeah.
I know you're kind of Catholic.
Catholic adjacent. Sure.
Catholic-ish. Which would you believe more? What we've been reading? Or Betty and Barney Hill getting sucked into an alien spaceship and they stir her stomach?
That's kind of a hard ask there.
That is a wild choice you gave him,
Yeah.
my friend.
I know. I wanted to see which one, Mike, which would you believe in more?
I think choosing either would violate, codes within me.
Gods or molest aliens? Which one?
I'm going to jump off the bridge.
Okay, never mind. Fine. I won't put you through it.
Swerving into traffic.
Wait. The bridge? Mike,
Yeah.
Mothman. You vote Mothman.
Sure, why not?
All right, so that's like almost an hour of prophecy and discussion. So we're going to take a break here. And when we come back, David's going to do some reading. We'll pick out a chapter, and that should be fun. So we will be right back after this. Hey, Kevin here. Hope you're enjoying the episode.
Hey, who are you talking to, Kevin?
Listeners of our shows, I also want to let them know that if they're enjoying what we've been doing, they can support us on Patreon.
Oh, Patreon. Were you going to tell them about the early episodes? Also, Patreon exclusive episodes that can be found there too?
Well, yeah, I was going to do the whole
yeah, and then there's the other cool stuff, including art, merch for subscribers, like tote bags, hoodies, shirts, mugs.
Yeah, and
Can you believe people could support us for only $5 a month? You're definitely going to mention that too, right?
I was. Support Supernatural Selection and the Distraction Hole on Patreon for as little as $5 a month. Visit patreon.supernaturalselectionpod.com to learn more and get started today. Yeah, it kind of sucks. We got a lot of pollen, a lot of tree spoo in the air right now, so.
Yes, it is tree ejaculation season.
It is. And speaking of tree ejaculation, we're back.
Okay, what?
So, so how do we feel right now about this book? Because, I was not expecting to enjoy some of these dad jokes.
Yeah, youth pastor vibe, he's trying to break the end of the world to us pretty easily. Surely nothing offensive can come from any of this.
Sure. And the thing is, it's surprisingly welcoming to the average reader. Mike, how do you feel about this so far?
I don't want the end of the world to happen.
Yeah, no, who does? Other than
This guy.
Other than certain members of the government. But as far as the quality of the book, it's better than I was expecting.
It's okay.
I've gotten so used to a lot of the god-awful things I've had to read for this show that, my expectations are low.
Yeah.
So it's
I get you. There's still a lot of issues with the writing, in my opinion. But
Sure.
That's for another discussion.
No, I get that, but like, it's not the worst thing I've ever read as far as one of these goes.
Oh no, absolutely. I mean,
Yeah.
I'm sure eventually at some point we'll read some sort of scroll where a dude wrote it with his literal shit as a source.
The Mookie prophecies, yes.
Yeah. And so, of the quality, this is definitely of the higher quality of the stuff that we've had to read.
Yeah, it's certainly not the fucking Saturn death cult.
Oh yeah.
So, David, you've picked out a chapter for us, have you?
Absolutely, because we have that nice introduction, like what is a prophet, how do they work, here's that's nice, but let's get into some opinions about the state of the world as of what 1970.
Book came out in 70, so it was written in like 68, 69, somewhere around there. Now, before you go on, can I predict this is going to have like a lot of problematic language in it?
I'm sure. I've seen a couple things already.
I'm excited. Mike, are you excited?
I am turgid.
Wow, he's got a boner.
Alrighty.
For knowledge.
So this... Well, this is Chapter 7, The Yellow Peril.
I knew it. I fucking knew it was going to be that chapter.
And I'm going to start off with this quote that he selected here. The great river, the Euphrates, was dried up, that the way might be prepared for the kings of the east. And they gathered them together in the place which in Hebrew is called Har Mageddon.
Aha.
Yeah, and this is from Revelation, was it chapter 16, verse 12? And quoted to John the Apostle about 80, 90.
I'd rather listen to something from John the Lennon.
Goo goo gajoob. Anyway, chapter 7, the Yellow Peril. Quote, the kings of the East in biblical prophecy refers to another sphere of power which was to rise from the world at the same time as the great northern power, Russia, and the king of the South, Egypt, and the Afro-Arabic alliance.
Oh, hell, dog.
Yep. The original Greek words translated east from Revelation 16:12 are literally Anatolis Heliou, which means, quote, the rising of the sun. This was the ancient designation of the Oriental races and nations.
Oh, God damn it. In the house of the rising sun.
John describes this vast horde of soldiers
Jesus.
assembled at the Euphrates River as, quote, the kings of the sun rising, and thus definitely predicts the movement of a vast Oriental army into a war in the Middle East.
God, stop saying Oriental, Jesus.
I'm reading it as written.
I know. I'm talking to him. Jesus.
The mention of the Euphrates River brings out another important strategic clue about this Eastern Confederacy.
Oh.
This great river has figured prominently in military history throughout the ages. It was always recognized as the ancient boundary between the East and the West. In the late 19th century, a scholar said of this fact, quote, from time immemorial, the Euphrates, with its tributaries, has been a great and formidable boundary between the peoples of the east of it and those west of it. It runs a distance of 1,800 miles and is scarcely fordable anywhere or at any time. It is from 3 to 1,200 yards wide and from 10 to 30 feet in depth, and most of the time it is still deeper and wider. This clue shows that the power is oriental since it comes from the east of the Euphrates.
Can I just say that whole thing about deeper and wider, I was going to try to throw in just like your mom, but you moved on very quickly. So
Yeah, well, we're being classy. We're keeping it classy here.
Are we?
Yeah.
Okay, fine.
Okay. Oh, no, I mean, you were able to explain your joke, so.
Yeah, okay, that's fair. I got to explain.
Jokes are always funnier when you have to explain them after the fact.
Always.
Yes. The Euphrates has presented a formidable problem for the Corps of Engineers of many ancient armies of the past. In this future invasion, however, God himself will see to it that the river is dried up so that a trap is set for the triggering of the last great war of mankind.
Oh, boy. Is that global warming? Is that what we're talking about here?
Right? Now, you think they would buy into global warming because
No.
it helps,
Yeah, I mean,
their case.
No.
there's a already going apocalypse they could just easily co-op, but no, they
No,
want
they don't believe
deny
in that one. And they also don't feel we should try to save the world because that would be to deny God's apocalypse.
Right.
But then they think they could force their God's hand. How vain is that?
Pretty vain.
Yeah. No, they're very, very inconsistent.
I can make God do what I want him to, what I want.
So these are the people who will go to church and promote generosity, and then they will be absolute assholes to service staff at.
Oh yeah.
Cracker Barrel. After
Yeah, they're the
church,
ones
right?
they're the ones that'll leave you a fake dollar bill that says "Turn to Jesus," like a 50
Yep.
that says "Find God."
They all having worked Cogito, like Sunday brunch and breakfast service. They're very. I don't like evangelicals.
Yeah, no, I got you.
My bias is. I'm sorry, I can't. Anyway. Another important detail involving this Oriental army is unlocked by the clue involving the Euphrates. The Apostle John speaks of the release of 4 vicious, depraved, angelic beings which have been kept bound by God at the Euphrates River. Revelation chapter 9, verses 14 through 16.
One of them has a worm in his head.
Immediately after their release, an incredible army emerges from the Euphrates. It numbers 200 million.
Holy shit.
The 4 demonic spirit beings somehow incite this great army to invade the Middle East, and apparently they're the ones who make the river dry up so that the army can quickly cross this ancient barrier of the East and West.
So, Larry, Moe, Curly, and Shimp.
Woo, 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 woo. Anyway, a terrifying prophecy is made about the destiny of this Asian horde. Again, the usage of the word horde here.
Yeah, I know he's trying to, what he's saying, but I just keep picturing orcs.
Yeah. They will wipe out a third of Earth's population.
Good.
The phenomena by which this destruction of life will take place is given. It will be by fire, smoke, or air pollution, and brimstone, or melted earth. The thought may have occurred to you that this is strikingly similar to the phenomena associated with thermonuclear warfare. In fact, many Bible expositors believe that this is an accurate first century depiction or description of a 20th century thermonuclear war.
Are we going to talk about how the locusts in Revelation are supposed to be helicopters?
Do you want to play global thermonuclear war?
The only way to win is not to play.
Oh, Whopper. You really taught us something in that movie. Anyway.
Nothing.
Next section.
Well,
Another coincidence?
Yes.
These predictions, made near the end of the first century, concerned an Asian confederacy which would field the greatest army to ever march to battle. This army would be raised up just prior to Christ's return to the earth.
Mm-hmm.
For centuries, Asia has had a tradition of backwardness.
Whoa. What?
Yeah. For centuries, Asia has had a tradition of backwardness.
Uh-huh. Yeah, all that technology and
Gunpowder,
yeah, anime.
Though the peoples of Asia have always been numerous in population, they lag behind the West in education, science, and technology.
The fuck world is he living in?
For hundreds of years, Asia chose to remain isolated from the world. Then that isolation was broken. So, number one, motherfucker, let's talk about Genghis Khan.
Are we really going to do this, or were we really going to go with the Dan Harmon pronunciation?
Yes, because that's how it's pronounced.
Do
But
not
no,
care, Genghis.
for real. The reason, because I scanned this real quick, I saw that paragraph, and I had to read that paragraph to you.
That is a
fucked.
fucking statement.
Absolutely.
That is the biggest load of bullshit I've heard in a long goddamn time.
Mm-hmm. Japan was the first Asian nation to push out into the stream of modern science. It was the first Asian nation in centuries to set out on a course of conquest beyond the Orient. But Japan never truly got outside of the Asian boundaries.
Yeah, because why would you want to?
The Japanese Navy almost brought a great invasion force into the Middle East during World War II. A convoy set sail for the Red Sea to enter the African and Palestinian campaign and break the Allied resistance there. Nothing could have stopped them. They would have defeated the British, who were already extended by Field Marshal Rommel's Africa Corps. The British Navy had only a handful of ships in the Indian Ocean, and they were quickly ordered to flee to Madagascar to avert suicide. Had the Japanese continued as originally planned, World War II could have been a different ending.
You know, I would love to hear Dan Harmon, pick this apart, actually. Dan Carlin, Dan Carlin's Hardcore History. I would love to hear him pick this apart.
It was at this point that a strange thing happened. Admiral Yamamoto, for some unexplained reason, changed the order, and he had the task force turn around in the Indian Ocean and head for the west coast of the United States. We believe this must have been divine providence.
Be forever, Yamamoto.
The intention of this task force was miraculously discovered when some sailors of the U.S. Navy intercepted their radio messages and broke the code. The battle that ensued was really a turning point of the war. With a handful of B-17 bombers and a vastly outnumbered task force, the U.S. Navy turned back the Japanese at the Battle of the Coral Sea.
I'm just picturing the guy that spotted him as being Don Knotts. I think I see the Japanese fleet.
Japan went on to be defeated, and her dreams of world conquest have been put away. However, the churning of upheaval was taking place in the Orient.
The Orient again, Jesus Christ. I need to apologize on behalf of all of Supernatural Selection for what we're reading. Again, this was written in... This came out in 1970, and it was bad then, okay?
The dragon is awake. That's the next section. The dragon is awake.
Oh, no. The dragon.
With the communist takeover of China, the real sleeping giant of Asia was awakened. In about 1860, an astute student of the prophecy, Dr. Robinson, predicted, "Before another half-century shall have rolled away in the providence of God, there will be seen revolutions in the oriental mind of which no one has even a foreboding."
Jesus Christ.
Dr. Cumming in 1864 also foresaw the necessity of the Orient entering the industrial age and later becoming a great scourge to the Western civilization.
Why, we'll get those guys advanced. I promise, we'll get them coal-powered engines.
In the 20-odd years since the fall of China to the communists, there has been a steady, relentless preparation for all-out war with the free world. Though the living conditions of 800 million or more people in Red China are basically like 19th century, they have made remarkable progress in the production of weapons for war.
Book's almost 60 years old.
Yeah.
Yep.
Concerning Red China's potential and purpose,
Red China.
Victor Petrov said in 1967, "China does possess all the prerequisites for becoming a world power."
Okay, that's true. You know,
Yeah.
I'll give them that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're not just a bunch of backwards foreigners like I've been saying so far.
Yeah. Them in their bamboo hats.
Yeah. Communist China's economic growth is evident and has been on the rise. With or without Soviet help, she will be progressing toward her avowed goal of reaching the industrial level of the other major powers of the world. A giant, for decades half asleep, sheepishly watching the rest of the world go on by on the path of technological progress, the giant has apparently been awakened.
I'm just picturing to China as like, oh, gosh, I wish I had me some of that there global power. Just the way it's sheepishly. And, when this book was written, there were two Germanys.
Mm-hmm.
Jesus
Red
Christ.
China is definitely on the road to becoming a world power, but her design for the use of this stature is not peace. Within 1 year after the takeover of China, her communist leaders started the war in Korea. They have since fomented the war in Vietnam, and it's Vietnam spelled with two separate words.
I've seen that back in the olden times.
Yeah, and have traveled to several countries in Africa and the Middle East seeking to aggravate internal subversion and, quote, communist wars of liberation.
Oh, boy.
The vaunted Sino-Soviet split is over an interpretation of communist doctrine. The Chinese... This all just feels like shit you'd find in a Fallout, computer log.
Yeah, I was just thinking. Shit. Oh,
The Chinese
God.
insist that the world can be captured only by force of arms and violence. The Russians now believe that the free world can be captured by the relatively limited violence of internal subversion, while masquerading under the guise of, quote, peaceful coexistence.
This guy's full of shit. I mean, like, he has got this bass backwards.
Like, this is like Mask Off. That first chapter was like, okay. No, it's like... he's trying to get you in, but this is like when the right wing like mask, like
it's
drops,
a pretty big shift. I mean,
this is where the KKK hood comes.
It goes from CCC to KKK. Yes.
Yeah. It should be marked well, however, that neither have disembarked from their goal of total world conquest for communism. This is an integral part of the communist doctrine. Without the total destruction of the capitalist system, the basic promise and goal of communism could not be attained. That is, the changing of a man's nature by the complete change of his environment.
It's very subtle that he's basically linking capitalism with Christ worship.
Yeah, free market Jesus.
Yeah.
We've read that. We've read that one, right? Free market
Jesus.
Yeah, there's this this chick tract like parody, but it's free market Jesus, where it's like going through like classic Bible stuff, but it's done in the neoconservative capitalist. Yeah, it's very funny.
I still think my favorite is Who Will Be Eaten First.
Yes. According to the communists, as long as capitalism exists in the world, it continues to infect man's environment and prevents him from being a creature that loves to work, shares equally his wealth, and loves his fellow man. So I just want to point out that this is supposed to be about the end of the world regarding like the rapture and God and everything like that, but now it's being turned into political theory.
Yeah, and I want to point out that this is what we were talking about with Reagan preaching about the great Satan of the USSR.
Yes.
At the this is holy shit, this is everything we grew up in, David. This is the 80s politically. God.
Yeah, and it's absolutely incredible that we get from kind of like this like youth pastor kind of like, these prophets, they passed the test, they did the work, to all of a sudden like we must destroy China.
This guy reads like what they called one of the charismatics. You familiar with that?
It sounds very familiar.
Charismatics are basically Christian guys that come in and they're just really charismatic, and then the next thing you know, you're like, why am I wearing robes and living in the middle of Oregon?
It's a less sexual flirty fishing.
They kind of ease you in, They start with the pinky finger first, and they work their way up to the whole fist.
Yeah, next thing you know, it's two in the pink, one in the stink. It's pretty bad.
No, it's the whole
fight
fist.
The reds, we must embrace the brown.
God.
No, because I was thinking with the charismatics, I was thinking like the yo-yo people who would come to my elementary school.
Oh, you had yo-yo people?
Assemblies. Oh, yeah, we had yo-yo people.
We had the power team.
Oh, yeah.
You familiar with the power team, David?
Yeah.
It's like Christian American gladiators. They would come in and do feats of strength. And then I never had to watch them because I was an office worker, and I would just hear people going ape shit over something. And then like he would get quiet and then and let me tell you why I could do that. It's because of my belief in Jesus.
Like if you have not watched The Righteous Gemstones, you absolutely fucking need to, because they do the power. Yeah. They do the power team thing in there, but it's two closeted gay men who are doing it.
I could rip a phone book in half thanks to the power of Jesus.
You know what? I was a very strong Jesus believer, and you know what it got me? Suicidal.
What you mean you couldn't rip a phone book in half?
I never tried. Actually, I did try, and no, I couldn't.
Sad. You didn't believe enough.
I did not believe in Jesus hard enough.
Yep.
I didn't believe in Jesus enough.
Yep. So sad.
Yeah. Anyway, some more sad now.
Yep.
The great charge of the Red Chinese against the Russians is the most despicable word in the communist vocabulary. Revisionist. They believe that the Russians have revised the most fundamental principles of Marxist-Leninism. Lenin succinctly stated this principle: Marxists have never forgotten that violence will be an inevitable accompaniment to the collapse of capitalism. Mao Zedong summarized his interpretation of this principle when he said, quote, political power comes out of the barrel of a gun. The gun must never slip from the grasp of the Communist Party.
Wow.
Yeah. The basic difference can be described as external invasion and takeover versus internal subversion and takeover. So, oh boy.
Jesus. Man.
This has been a fun one, hasn't it?
It has. And I'm sorry, but I felt like we needed to go over it while the iron was hot.
Yeah. Because of the communist Chinese belief that the free world can only be overthrown by all-out war, they have for many years devoted approximately 10% of their entire military budget for developing nuclear weapons. In February 1969, the issue of the Bulletin of Atomic Scientists, which is on the theme of China's nuclear options, specifically note was made of the fantastic technological feat achieved by China's development of the H-bomb. They went from testing a crude atomic bomb to the successful test of firing an H-bomb in 2.5 years.
2.5.
Yeah, I wanted to read that as 2.5.
No, I gotcha.
But 2.5.
That's a way you write that if you're old.
Yeah, if you're having trouble being a human. This was much faster than the time taken by other members of the world's atomic bomb club.
The club. Do you think there's a treehouse? I want to be in the club. You can't be in the club. You don't have the good bombs.
All your bombs are dirty. In the same issue of the Bulletin of Atomic Scientists, Michael Yehuda discussed the various options which the Red Chinese have for a delivery system for H-bombs. He expressed the following opinion, quote, the third option, an ICBM-based strategy, would be the most satisfying psychologically to the present Chinese leadership and to Mao in particular. At one fell stroke, the Chinese would have acquired the most advanced weapon. The American mainland would be within range, as indeed would be the Urals and the European Russia. Current, although incomplete evidence suggests that the Chinese are striving for an ICBM capability. Yehuda's speculation is certainly shared by the military planners. This was undoubtedly the prime motivation behind the Nixon administration's push for an anti-ballistic missile system.
I have no idea what you're talking about.
Checkers, where are you? Anyway, Dr. David Inglis wrote in the February 1965 Bulletin of Atomic Scientists regarding this threat. Our concern should be to anticipate at least 2 decades ahead. In such a time, the large human and material potential of an upsurging China constitutes a nuclear threat so vast that no effort should be spared to anticipate this threat. This was written before China's successful testing of the H-bomb.
Wow.
Mao may be dead before this is read, but the course of China's path of destruction will continue. When did Mao die?
You know what? I'm going to look that up real quick.
Yeah. The new leaders of Communist China may be more unstable than Mao.
I couldn't remember how to spell it, so I just had to sort of guess. 76.
Okay, so no, he was still alive when this book came out.
Goddamn.
Oof. So apparently our author here did not the prophet test.
He was 82. Mao Zedong died at the age of 82 following a period of ill health.
We believe that China is beginning the formation of this great power called The Kings of the East by the Apostle John.
Oh, God
We
damn
live
it.
We live at a time in history when it is no longer incredible to think that the Orient, with an army of 200 million soldiers, in fact, a recent television documentary on Red China called The Voice of the Dragon quoted the boast of the Chinese themselves. They could field a people's army of 200 million militiamen. In their own boast, they named the same number as the biblical prediction. Coincidence?
Read the book.
Further, the Chinese leaders claim that even nuclear weapons cannot stop their human wave tactics. It's the Brannigan strategy. Throw wave after wave of your own men at the problem.
Yes.
Show them the medal I won, Kiff.
Just a quick aside. Harold Lindsay died in 2024.
Wow. Hate really does keep a hater alive, doesn't it?
Like,
It's all that haterade.
he was 5 years, he was 95.
Wow.
Wow.
God damn.
And yet, you know, we've lost so many great, pretty cool actors at much younger ages. Makes you think, doesn't it?
Yeah, it makes me think I want to start drinking again. No,
Right. They brag about the invincibility of their unbelievable numbers of soldiers they can expend in a given campaign.
Brannigan.
This, quote, human wave tactic seems to be behind the strategy of that 200 million man army predicted as invading the Middle East in the Battle of Armageddon. Petrov says regarding this, the abundant population presents an unlimited source of human material for military power, which in our age of machinery and automation has not yet been found obsolete. China's armed forces are formidable in numbers. The day apparently is approaching when China will definitely become a member of that small but exclusive group commonly known as the Great World Powers.
hey, can I say something about all this whole topic?
Yeah.
Armageddon tired of this. Hey.
The sobering fact that Red China will have ICBMs capable of delivering H-bombs by 1980 at the latest presents another grisly potential for fulfilling the prophecy regarding this Oriental power. Within a decade, China alone will have the capacity to destroy 1/3 of the world's population, just as John predicted.
God, I am
Summing
literally
up.
sitting here going, stop saying Oriental.
You know, I was going to say maybe his editors would have caught that, but no, that was how people were talking back then.
Yep.
Yeah. We believe that another sphere of political power is forming its predicted role in the final stages of history. Along with the revival of Israel and the return of the dispersed Jews, the rise of Russia, and the formation of the Arab Confederacy, China is helping to shape the Orient into its pattern of prophecy. History seems to be headed for its climactic hour. So that was fun.
Was it really?
Yeah, no, it really shows that, like, hard turn that this book takes.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no, it
Absolutely.
went from charming to disgusting.
Yeah. So, I'm guessing the Future Fuhrer, Chapter 9, that's going to be about the Antichrist?
Oh, that's a very good guess.
Yeah. Do we have some time to do another chapter?
Oh, yeah, we've...
3 is approaching, obviously.
Yeah, I know, we got time. I'd rather go out reading about World War III.
Okay, so yeah, we'll do World War 3 then?
You want me to read that one?
Yeah.
Let me see, what page is that on? What? Yeah.
146.
135 in mine.
Oh, interesting.
Bear in mind, you might have an expanded, more modern version. Mine's,
that's a good question.
Mine's vintage. Chapter 12, World War III. Kevin, if you're reading this right now, it means that the end time... Wait, sorry.
Also, Mike is going to be constipated in the morning.
Yes.
I don't know. We still got to see. From the beginning of man's history, he has sought peace, but war has been his chief legacy. I feel like that should be, from the beginning of man's history, he has sought war, but war has been his chief legacy. Among certain people today, the peace sign has become an outward expression of their revulsion against war. This desire is like the people of Jeremiah's day who said, "Peace, peace, when there is no peace." Is that what the aliens said in Independence Day when you had Data pushed up against the glass?
Peace, there is no peace.
Oh, it's close.
Yeah, that's fine.
The great men of our day warn us about the insanity of another major war. Many experts, however, feel that it is inescapable. Whether we agree with the conclusions or theories of some of these experts or not, it is important to know what they are saying. Then Kevin turned the page. Several years ago, a number of Nobel Prize-winning scientists from various countries prepared a document and sent it to the leaders of all the world powers. Did they? They warned, "Here, then, is the problem which we present to you, stark and dreadful and inescapable. Shall we put an end to the human race, or shall mankind renounce war? We appeal, as human beings, to human beings. Remember your humanity, and forget the rest. If you can do so, the way lies open to a new paradise. If you cannot, there lies before you the risk of universal death." No, that's dark and did no good. Many of the scientists who were most responsible for the development of the H-bomb signed the document quoted above. War has greatly increased in frequency and intensity in this century. You know, the last one. It has kept pace with the acceleration of technological advances. Some people have undoubtedly become callous to the continuous fighting on our globe. But it is shocking to review the statistics since World War II. Since World War II, there have been 12 limited wars in the world, 39 political assassinations, 48 personal revolts, 74 rebellions for independence, 162 social revolutions, either political, economic, racial, or religious. Since these statistics were written, there have been more major assassinations and several more revolts. In spite of all the oratory and books that have been aimed at steering man away from another world conflict, all-out war continues to be an ever-impending possibility. Any one of the limited wars, such as Vietnam or the Middle East crisis. You know, the fact that any time in history you could say the Middle East crisis and people will just nod sagely.
Yeah, when was what time in our history has there not been a Middle East crisis? Like
never.
70s? No, 60s? No, 50? Nope. Maybe the
never.
40s?
Never. Anyway, crisis could at any time strike the spark that ignites World War III. You know, in Vietnam.
Vietnam.
Yeah, just 2 words. Why is it that in spite of the terrible lessons learned from history about war and the terrifying predictions of a future war, man keeps playing on the precipice of complete destruction? Jesus predicted that man would not learn from the past nor heed the warnings of the future. Man would ultimately plunge the whole world into a war so vast, so utterly destructive, that only the personal return of Jesus Christ himself to stop it would prevent the total annihilation of all life.
Don't remember Jesus saying that. I mean, I just remember this being like good vibes.
Yeah.
I don't remember him going, yeah, but you're all going to fuck up, so, you know, I'm not going to even bother to teach you anything.
Okay, here we go, Mike. Here is the further solemn prediction of Jesus Christ as he described the world situation that would be present at the moment of his return. Quote, Oh, I can't do a bad voice for this. Sorry. And unless those days had been cut short, no life would have been saved. That is shockingly vague.
Yeah, no, that's... I mean, that doesn't even seem to pertain to what he was just talking about.
Mm-mm.
No, this is a nothing burger.
Nothing burger.
Yeah, no.
Jesus is nothing burgers.
Let me tell you, I had a something burger earlier tonight, and that thing was delicious. Had onion rings on it.
Jesus
Hell
would
yeah.
like that burger.
Jesus would love an onion ring burger. Why can't man live without war?
Huh.
What is it good for?
That's the next section, is that.
We love war so fucking much, we invented games around it. It's called
Yep.
Warhammer.
Absolutely.
I was going to say war games
Say it
and had Matthew Broderick.
We invented Nerf guns.
We did. I've got one sitting right next to me just in case a Nerf assassin comes in. We believe the answer to that question is important to consider before presenting the predicted path that man will take to the last great war, which the Bible calls Armageddon.
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 Married in the morning.
God damn it. Man cannot stop war because he will not accept the basic reason and causes for war, nor will he accept the cure for this basic cause. God says, "From whence come wars and fighting among you? Come they not hence, even of your lusts that war in your members? Ye lust and have not, ye kill, and ye desire to have and cannot obtain. Ye fight and war, yet ye have not." Does anybody know what that meant?
Nope. Just I think a lot of people threw a lot of yees in there. It's like a lot of Kanye up in that.
Even of your lust that war in your members.
Wait, in my
I got-
Is
member?
he talking about being horny?
I have battle in my dick. Gentlemen,
ye.
there's battle in my dick, in ye and my blood. Inside a man, there is a selfish, self-centered nature. This is the source of what God calls sin. Sin is basically self-centered seeking and striving, going our own way. I love that is in there.
Yeah.
Sorry.
What about men going their own way? Is
Yeah,
that a bad
I know.
thing?
Are they talking about Alex Chu?
Yeah.
With our backs turned on God. It is because of this selfish nature. What?
I mean, our backs are turned to God. Is that like back shots?
Wow.
Hush. You hush.
At war with our members.
My member is full of ye.
I keep
Twerking for the
choking
Lord.
it, and it just feels good.
I'm trying to kill it, but the choking seems to be making it bigger.
That's what she said.
Shush. It is because of this selfish nature with which we were born that we cannot have consistent peace with ourselves, our family, our neighbor, or, on a broader scale, with other nations. As one man has said, "What's wrong with the world?" and answered himself, truthfully, "I'm wrong with the world."
Sounds like he needs therapy.
That's fucking deep, though. What's wrong with the world? Me.
Yeah, absolutely. Should go talk to somebody about it, though.
Yeah. Instead of, like, fighting Asians.
Yeah.
Red China. No. God. God didn't intend for man to have this condition. Man was created originally to have fellowship with God. This fellowship is so vital that without it, man is like a jet aircraft flying in a dense fog and suddenly losing all its instruments.
You can just use the Force then.
Yeah. Luke, you turned off your targeting computer. Are you all right? God! God warned man of the consequences when he gave man one simple prohibition. Man understood that to disobey God on this one command was to reject fellowship with God. In spite of all the evidences of God's love and veracity, man went his own independent way and lost fellowship with the only one who can give him the true fulfillment for which he was created. That's right, you don't need women.
Like here's the problem. Like, one guy fucks it up and we're still paying for it.
Yeah, what, 6,000 years later?
Mm-hmm.
Man has been turned in upon himself. He has
Like a
become
pretzel.
like a pretzel. He has become self-centered and discontented like a pretzel. No matter how much he gets of fame or wealth or power, he is a pretzel. No, he is not satisfied.
But what is satisfying is a pretzel with mustard.
Oh, God, man. Butter.
God, I want a pretzel now. Fuck.
I do, too. Fuck. I want an Auntie Anne's pretzel with salt and butter and shit.
Never was a fan of pretzels like that.
Oh, I love them. That's why I get them at the theater.
We got a Wetzel's pretzels out here. I got to go grab one of them, like, pizza pretzels, because those are dank.
I hadn't had one.
Yeah, literally just it's a pretzel with cheese and pepperoni, and you dip it in marinara.
No, I get it. We just, I don't think we have a Wetzel's or an Auntie Anne's anywhere anymore.
The cool thing is you can just make your own pretzels. You can get them, like, frozen and then throw stuff on top of them. This is vastly more interesting than this
It
book,
really is.
by the way.
Yeah, let's talk more. Welcome to the Pretzel Cast.
Pretzel pals.
I don't know, I'm feeling a little salty about it.
I don't know. Don't get it twisted.
Well, you know, pretzels were made to look like, you know, children crossing their arms in prayer.
Oh, God. So,
Yep.
anyway, so man isn't satisfied. Why? Because he
There weren't enough pretzels.
because he cannot fill the vacuum once filled by God with any other thing.
Have you tried pretzels?
Has he tried Lego sets?
That's a good point.
Has he
there, Mike.
tried video games?
Has he tried pretzel video games?
Or
I
masturbation?
swear, The Legend of Zelda will change your life.
Look, a night with Legend of Zelda and pizza followed by a masturbation. That seems
That's
like a winning
pretty close.
combination.
It's pretty close to the love of God.
And then fall asleep watching, like, Monster Vision on TNT.
Yes.
And that's my teenage
Oh,
years.
shit, yeah. So he fights with himself, with his mate, with his family, and with other nations.
With his dick.
With his dick tied in a
Sword
pretzel. Solution. The only cure for
Is this the final solution?
it
No.
doesn't say final.
Okay.
It was not the first solution, but it was a solution.
God damn it, Robert Jordan. The only cure for war is to change the hearts of men.
With a rocking guitar
yeah.
solo.
And a pretzel. Jesus came into the world to bring men back to fellowship with God and consequently make that change in their hearts.
For the love in your heart.
The Bible promises, for Christ also died for sins once for all, the just for the unjust, in order that he might bring us to God.
So it's nice that he did it, but, like, they won't shut up about it.
He watched me shoot ropes for Goofy, and
No.
yeah.
It was Waluigi, but yes.
Ah.
Jesus saw all sins and was like, sure, I forgive them.
Yeah,
So-
I have a hard time believing Jesus saw some of the shit that's been done and was like, all right.
You did what with
Yes.
that My Little Pony thing in the jar?
What
Why is it in the jar? I don't. Oh God!
what was going on that island?
Like, so when he was on the cross, he was looking at, like, everybody's sins in the future, yeah?
Yeah,
Do you think he saw Chris Chan?
Of course.
I know he saw
my
Chris
God.
Chan.
Oh, my God.
No, that's a good question. Do you think, like, right before Epstein quote killed himself, he asked for forgiveness and now he's in heaven with Hitler?
We'll
Just
see.
saying.
I mean, I figure we got a couple months before we'll all find out.
That's
Yeah.
true.
Yeah.
Anyway, Jesus took the just rap due. Yeah, okay. Jesus took the just rap due our sins and died under the penalty so that God might forgive us and receive us back into fellowship with a pretzel. When this occurs, God gives us a new heart that desires to follow him and a love for our neighbor. What kind of love?
I'm not gonna love the guy whose dog keeps shitting on my lawn.
Yeah, fuck that guy.
It almost
That
sounds
man's
like
going to hell.
almost sounds like God's brainwashing motherfuckers.
Hello, everyone. My name is God. How do you like my mirror shades? I'm dressed like Jim Jones. He gives us a new dimension of life with which we can perceive and know him.
A new dimension of love.
I
bring you love.
Can it make
Break
my
its
dreams so
legs.
totally real?
Mike, don't you ever quote that song again. He puts his spirit within us
Oh no.
to live
Oh,
so that he motivates and empowers us to follow God's purpose for our lives.
this is sounding really dirty.
And unfortunately, I'm going to have to stop there. I am losing my voice.
And your religion.
Do you want me to pick it up?
Sure.
Okay. We begin to experience peace of mind,
Oh,
a
yeah.
new stability, a new sense of purpose and awareness of Christ's presence.
Yeah,
and
God.
a healing of our personality
Yeah.
that makes us a whole person.
Oh, yeah. Take it.
Is it going to help me do math better?
Put that Holy Spirit inside me. Oh, yeah.
Well, I mean, the cross is a big plus sign, so I guess
It
technically.
is.
Is it going to help me with PEMDAS?
Well, if you consider the cave like a parenthesis, sure.
Yeah, okay.
What about Pimbu? What about Pimbu? Or Peeboo? Peeboo.
Peeboo.
Pinball?
Peeboo.
Yes, Peeboo.
PBS?
If you know, you know.
A new kind of love impels us to a place others before ourselves.
With three
this can-
people.
I've heard about this kind of love before. It usually involves an upside-down pineapple.
That's true.
This cannot be done by any system of government, education, psychology, or outer environmental changes.
You don't need
can't be-
medication. Just come to Jesus.
It can be done only by a personal invitation of Christ into the heart and an acceptance of the gift of forgiveness which he gave his life to provide.
Beta channel blockers? Pff, fuck that.
You know, I truly feel like if any episode is going to send us to hell, it's this one.
Yeah, well, we'll be in good company.
Yep.
All the rock stars will be there.
Well, we know Hitler's in heaven, so.
Right where you are, as you read this chapter, you can make this decision in the quiet of your heart.
Oh, my heart is not quiet. It keeps making this thumping sound. Is that normal?
I was going to say, I think all the cholesterol keeps my heart from being quiet.
General Douglas MacArthur was
no.
eternally right when he said on the deck of the battleship Missouri that at the close of World War II, quote, "We have had our last chance. If we will not devise some greater and more equitable system, Armageddon will be at the door. The problem basically is theological and involves a spiritual recrudescence and improvement of human character that will synchronize with our almost matchless advances in science, art, literature, and all material and cultural developments of the past 2,000 years. It must be the spirit if we are able to save the flesh."
I don't
sad-
know that I want to take any kind of advice or inspiration from
MacArthur.
MacArthur.
Well, we still like Ike, though, right?
I mean, he had the corncob pipe, didn't he?
And a button
Yes.
nose and two
Yeah,
eyes
never-
made out of coal.
Never trust the general with a corncob pipe.
Even Popeye?
Well,
Well, he was not. He was Popeye the Sailor Man. He wasn't Popeye the Admiral.
I mean, he could have worked his way up the ranks.
look,
I think the fact that he chose not to says a lot about his character. And I think
yeah,
we
the
can all
fact that he
agree
dropped out of
Popeye's
the
a good guy.
Navy and just got his own boat.
We don't
Started
know
hanging
what,
out with some vagrant who loves hamburgers.
we don't know what rank he left the Navy at.
Yeah, David, you go on and read. I'm going to look up Popeye's Navy rank.
Yeah, was Popeye honorably discharged? The sad prediction of the Bible is that mankind will not accept God's diagnosis or his cure. Therefore, they will seek to solve the problem themselves. Fear of war will grow until it prepares man to accept the Antichrist solution for preventing war. Paul predicts that the false hope of the world will have in the Antichrist. Quote, "While they are saying peace and safety, and then destruction will come upon them suddenly, like birth pangs upon a woman with child, and they shall not escape."
So the Antichrist is preventing war? That seems kind of like not... That seems opposite of what you'd expect.
Yeah. Oh, here's a fun little heading in this thing. Israel's treaty with hell.
Whoa.
Wait,
what?
Huh. Let's dive in. Oh, also, do we ever get an answer on Popeye? Very invested in this.
Just a second. He apparently, according to his uniform and a retired Navyman, he is an able-bodied seaman in the Merchant Marines.
Oh, so he's never even in the real Navy.
Well, no, he was in the real Navy. Apparently, he just received the rank of seaman. And then became an able-bodied seaman in the Merchant Marines.
So would you go out on a ship with who the crew was, Popeye and Donald Duck?
Yeah.
Actually, you'd have to force me off of the boat.
Any other?
I wouldn't understand a fucking word they're saying, and I would love it.
Yeah, pretty much. It's like y'all talk. I'm gonna be over here.
I'm gonna write this shit down and make millions. Anyway, Israel's treaty with hell.
That's hard. That's hardcore.
Yeah. According to the Bible, the Middle East crisis will continue to escalate until it threatens the peace of the whole world. Interesting.
Huh. Go fucking figure.
The focus of all nations will be upon this unsolvable and complex problem, which keeps bringing the world to the precipice of a thermonuclear holocaust. So
Boy.
this is apparently...
So it's unsolvable because we keep fucking with it. Like, if we would just let it be solved, it would be fine.
Oh, you mean like having a sore on your arm and just constantly picking at it so it never heals?
If you have a wound and you just keep, like, rubbing shit in it, it's never going to heal. Sorry.
This is apparently the first major problem that the incredible Roman leader will solve after taking over the 10-nation confederacy of European nations.
Wait, Roman leader?
Roman?
Yeah, it goes back to like Antichrist prophecies. Nero was considered an Antichrist for a time.
Oh, right. Sorry, forgot about
Roman,
that.
I think in the broader sense, the interpretation here is like an imperialist leader.
Oh, so they're just fudging it to, like, once Rome went away is a going concern.
They're making it look like they're making it fit prophecy.
They're Nostradamusing it.
Yeah, it's like the river Hister, right?
Yeah.
Hister means Hitler. Anyway, some 2,500 years ago, the prophet Daniel said that a prince would come to power from the people who would destroy the city of Jerusalem and the second temple. The Romans under Titus did the destroying, so the coming prince would have to be someone out of the Roman culture. Again, look at the arch that Trump has wanted to build and his interest in Roman-style architecture and remodeling a lot of Washington.
Yeah, I fucking hate this shit.
This Roman prince, as we described in The Future Führer, will come to power just before the return of Christ. He will make a strong covenant with the Israelis, guaranteeing their safety and protection.
Okay, now I'm getting terrified.
The word translated strong covenant has the idea of a treaty or mutual protection pact.
God fucking damn it.
The Israelis will then be permitted to reinstitute the sacrifice and offering aspect of the law of Moses, by like shooting a Iranian girls' school.
I should have said, hey, let's just skip the weekend weird. That's what I should have done.
This demands that no, motherfucker, you open the floodgates here. We're doing this.
All right, you finish this section, though, and we're done.
Yes. This demands that the temple will be rebuilt because, according to the law of Moses, sacrifices can be offered only in the temple at Jerusalem. Apparently, all this will be done under the protection of the Antichrist of Rome. P.S. The Arabs are not going to like this idea of rebuilding the temple one bit.
Yeah. This is bad. This is just all bad.
According to Daniel's prophetic chronology, the minute the Israeli leader and the Roman leader sign this pact, God starts his great timepiece, which has 7 allotted years left on it. This event marks the beginning of the period of the biblical history previously noted as the tribulation. Isaiah prophetically expressed warning to the Jews concerning this covenant when he declared, "Both you have said, we have made a covenant with death, and with Sheol we have an agreement. But the overwhelming scourge passes through. It will not come to us, for we have made lies of our refuge, and in falsehood we have taken shelter. Then your covenant with death will be annulled, and your agreement with Sheol will not stand. When the overwhelming scourge passes through, you will be beaten down by it." It is through an ingenious settlement promise to bring peace to a world terrified of war. After this, he will rapidly bring all nations under his control. The world will experience great hope and put its full trust in this genius of Rome. He will begin to bring in fantastic plans of economic prosperity, even to the underdeveloped countries. War will seem to be a curious game that men used to play. The world will be universally acclaiming the dictator. Who is like the dictator and who's able to make war with him? After 3.5 years of remarkable progress, the Antichrist will become... So in this case, whoever the president is at the time, they're no longer really considered a lame duck, because they're going to have a very, very profitable, important last half of their term there.
I should have picked up a Whitley Strieber book.
The Antichrist will become worshipped for his brilliant statesmanship and the wonderful progress in the world. The believers in Christ will oppose his rule and be ruthlessly exposed. Publicity, they will not be able to buy, sell, or... publicly, they will not be able to buy, sell, or hold a job. They will be executed en masse as examples to those who would hinder the brotherhood of man, because they will insist that Christ is the only lasting hope for man. Riding upon the crest of public worship, the Roman dictator will go to Jerusalem and in the temple proclaim himself to be God incarnate. As mentioned, this will be the great warning sign to the believers that the day of Armageddon is about to begin. The residents of Israel who believe in Jesus will flee to the mountains and canyons of Petra for divine protection, as promised. Next one is The Red Horse Unleashed.
Oh, God. Okay. Well, you know what? That's 2 hours of us getting depressed with, or me getting depressed with this. I'm sure y'all are fine. Wow.
Yeah, no. Like, here's the thing. Like, all the Trump and Antichrist comparisons, they're funny, but, like, again, like, the idea of the Antichrist is he appeals to people. Like, the vast majority of people. And also Christians are supposed to reject him. And I just don't see that. Also, like, he's supposed to unite the world, but now we've got... Yeah, it's all very, very silly.
Yes. Well, and here you're just reading that, Trump's reading that and thinking he's the Roman.
That is me. That is so me. I am completely that man. I was brought up in that book in 1970. I wonder if his father read this book to him.
I don't think his father, was in the same room with him until he was 20.
Look, I don't really believe in the whole lizard people conspiracy, but Trump's dad was a fucking lizard person in a suit.
And Trump's mom looked like Trump in drag.
It's very, very funny.
I feel like Trump's mom wasn't so much put together by genetics, but just soup in a human suit.
I mean, both of them look
They're not
wrong.
They're not people.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm looking at this idea of the Antichrist, and it requires someone in the institution of power with charisma.
Yeah.
And most humans, and most Americans specifically, are so not buying into charismatic politicians. We don't have a whole lot of them right now, but I'm not seeing that as a thing.
I guess I've met a lot of people that are into this dude.
Yeah.
So
I mean, we'll eventually cover, the tribulations and stuff as a whole thing.
Sure.
I'd want to. That's my favorite book in the Bible. I'm not a Bible person, but it's my favorite book is hell yeah. Let's go Christian Ragnarok.
Christian Ragnarok. Well, so anyway, I just find it interesting that this came out in 1970. And we're still dealing with this.
Yeah.
So, yeah, how do we feel?
I mean, I'm good. I don't think the world's going to end So I don't think the world's going to end the manner of the tribulation. Like, can it end? Absolutely.
Yeah, I don't know. I did this, but like, there's a part of me that is still having like a low key panic attack.
Oh, it's end times stuff. Like, that's supposed to make us. It's all just a manifestation of that reality that is death.
I guess. Mike, how about you?
I mean, it's all stuff we've been through before. Like, come on, the whole duck and cover era of the Cold War. I mean, it's nothing new. It's terrible that we have to have these existential threats all the time.
The sword of Damocles has been hanging over us for
I think the
a
problem,
few centuries now.
I think the problem is in the 90s and early 2000s. We had there were the bon times, there were the good times, there were not a whole lot bad going on.
Yeah, we had Nickelodeon, we had Ren and Stimpy.
We had come out of the Cold War, and we thought, oh, we deserve to have a break from death, the sword of death hanging over us. And then we decided, oh no, we should bring about Armageddon.
Yeah, we should totally do that.
And the thing is, the thing that kind of woke us up was September 11th, but that was the direct result of things that we had been doing.
Oh yeah, no, and I mean, part of the bigger problem is also like things like Citizens United and stuff that eroded the power of the people.
Mm-hmm.
It was a two-sided thing. It was the erosion of the public involvement, the importance of the public in politics, and the kind of fear-based politicking as well.
Yeah, like culturally sowing all of that was dope as hell for America, and now we're reaping it. Like, this fucking sucks.
Oh no, the consequences of our own actions.
Yeah.
So, guys,
I'm glad Reagan was such a fan of this. That really makes me happy.
Yeah, it makes a lot of sense too, doesn't it?
He had to read something to take his mind off of how many men Nancy was blowing.
Until he didn't have a mind to take off of things.
Yeah.
Nancy, where's my book?
Can we all just take a small bit of delight in the existence of Little Punch the monkey?
Yeah.
I like Little Punch. He started waving at people when they leave. It's adorable. He just waves like, hey. It's cute. We're all smitten with a baby monkey that has a plush monkey mom. So anyway, guys, that is it for this week. We'll be back next week next time, hopefully next week, with a distraction hole. And we'll see if we can get like a guest on or something. How's that sound?
Oh, there we go. We'll wrangle somebody from Spooky Dice Bag.
Yeah, or something. Yeah, we'll get somebody on. It'll be cool. So
next time we should do the Left Behind series.
No, we're not doing Left Behind. Fuck you. I'm not watching nothing with Kirk Cameron in it.
Oh, we can read the books.
Oh, my ass, I will.
How about some reruns of Growing Pains? Was it Growing Pains? No, it was
with him in it?
Yeah,
Growing Pains.
Okay, Growing Pains. I got that confused with the other one.
Family Ties.
Family Ties.
Yeah, no, same here. No. I'm just gonna watch Perfect Strangers.
There you go.
Are we just calling this like little sub-series Bad Book Club or something?
I had been calling it Kevin's Weird Ass Bookshelf, but like,
no, book club would require reading, and we know Mike's not going to do that.
Yeah, that's why I called it Kevin's Weird Ass Bookshelf. So, Mike,
Yeah.
have you got anything you'd like to plug?
Viva la Resistance.
Carl. Viva la Resistance, Carl.
No, I wasn't talking about that.
No, I know. I just threw
I
that
fucking
in.
hate dogs. I
kill your mother.
shut your fucking face, Uncle Fucker. God, I missed that movie.
So, David, have you got anything you'd like to plug then?
I believe I had said it. Your face, Uncle Fucker.
God damn it. Okay.
Anyway, yeah, no. Everybody go make sure you contribute to the zine. The zine is a fun thing. People enjoy it. You know, it's we got the room. I
Yep.
want to make it as big as possible.
Yep, it'll be free to download, so you can download it, print it out. You'll have your stuff in it. It's gonna be really fucking cool.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna plug me and David's writing. You can head to hpkomics.com and read The Dead Life, Fang of Tristeria, and have you got Cosmic Dash?
Yeah, some Cosmic Dash stuff. I was in the middle of doing an edit on one of the novellas today. So
Very cool.
yeah, should go up later.
Yeah. And I have my stuff up on Royal Road. You can read The Errant Apprentice. Book 2 started this week. And you can continue to read Goblin Bistro, which is a very heart-touching smut.
Now, being Royal Road royalty, do you suffer from gout?
Not yet. My mom did, so it's possible. Of course, my mom suffered from everything, including me. So, anyway, thank you everyone for listening. If you would like to learn more about the show, head to supernatpod.rocks. That is supernatpod.rocks. You can find a link to our Discord, our Patreon, our merch store, and every episode of this and the Distraction Hole. We will be back next time with another episode. So until then, stay safe and stay frosty. Goodbye.
Goodbye.
And don't let the red China get you.
Yeah. Should have been the Red Menace.
Mm-hmm.
Honestly.
Why didn't you just go with the red dragon?
I don't know. My brain's kind of
Because
fried.
that book was copywritten.
Oh, that's true. Yeah.
Yeah.
Is the late great Planet Earth like in the public domain now or something? Did they?
I mean, I found a copy on archive.org. If anyone's dying to read that piece of shit.
Yeah, if
archive.org.
you're depressed and want to get worse,